Stuart Law, end of the first year as Middlesex coach. It's been a tough couple of years for Middlesex prior to this, which is why your arrival's here. Couple of qualifications from the group stages, not that push for promotion in the end in the championship, which I'm sure is a disappointment. But you've had a look on things of how you'll turn around yourself. I guess a tough winter ahead, so have a look at what you do.
Look, I think the winter is exciting for us, really. We've observed, we had time to come in and have a look, see how things worked, see how things operated, what players did under pressure, what they, when they played well, what they did well, and when not so well, what they need to improve on. So, look, I think very hard to take positives out of a season where you are disappointed about the results, but I think we can look forward, and that there's going to be some change around, and possibly look at bringing players in. So, look, the players here that have they've tried their hardest. There's no question their work ethic is super high. Just sometimes the game management, game decisions have let us down, but also inexperience as well. So we need to address those problems and start putting things in place.
You said you weren't going to be able to click your fingers in championship cricket. I mean, certainly in the white ball there was a real upturn in both the qualifications from the group stage in both, which has been part of the remit for about 3 or 4 years to try and do that, and it happened in both this year. It is a more difficult or a longer process to do it in red ball cricket.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we all look for a magic potion that you take and everything turns into gold, but that's not the case. Cricket's a game where you've got to play tough cricket. 4-day cricket's one of the toughest competitions to play in, no matter where you are in the world. And to play consistently for a length of time in the conditions that you have. We play at bookend of seasons. We start in difficult conditions, we end in difficult conditions. That sounds like an excuse, but it's a fact. We've got to find ways and not worry about what we're faced with, but how we're going to combat what we're out there. Other teams seem to manage it okay. We need to find a way to be able to do that as well. Our white ball cricket, we've got the quarterfinals of both. A massive turnaround in fortunes there, but just through clarity and roles given to players that were different, gave them a bit of excitement, and they went out and played really well.
You mentioned experience as well, or inexperience in the championship. One of the things in the white ball was obviously getting in some experienced players. Ross Taylor in the One Day Cup, Fees and A.B. de Villiers obviously adding huge experience. Is that what the championship side perhaps needs? Because obviously you look back to that championship win 2016, there's still quite a young squad from that. They lost the experienced players but perhaps didn't replace them.
Yeah, look, you give every opportunity to your local players, and that was the remit at the start of the season. I said to the membership that we're going to give our young players a fair go at this, and I think if I had gone against that halfway through the season, wouldn't have shown any faith in the players. So, we've given them every opportunity to put a case forward. Some have gone okay, some have been not as good as they know they can be, and it just comes down to a lack of experience. We can sit down and talk. As coaches, we can talk to them all we like here. It's great having experienced players out there talking them through a situation as they're, going through it themselves, and that's very powerful. And we may need to look to do that.
With those changes, obviously talk about the coaching aspect, the mentality aspect of it. Any changes that need to be made, the director of cricket has pretty much handed that over to you this season, hasn't he? Angus Fraser, you'll be the man to decide who comes in and potentially who goes out. Well,
yeah, look, Gus and I talk very, very closely and quite often. So we've had numerous discussions in the last 2 weeks. I think both of us haven't slept very well the last 2 weeks, averaging probably 3 hours a night, which doesn't bode well for a nice, comfortable, relaxed atmosphere. But look, we speak at length. Yeah, we will be making decisions. We've got to sit down and make sure we're making the right ones for this group going forward, and not only for the team but also members and the Middlesex County Cricket Club, making sure that we're doing everything right for them. So, we will be discussing at length the next couple of weeks. The season might be finished, but the work starts.
Question that keeps on getting asked of me is, do you go straight to the chief exec with what you want? Because the director of cricket, it seems that role is something that developed this summer, became apparent this summer. That role shifted slightly for Gus, so you'll use him, I'm sure, to bounce off with ideas and suggestions, but do you go straight to the chief exec with what you want?
Yeah, not me. It's myself and Gus go to the chief exec, having to being clear on what we want, what the team needs, you know, I don't even, it's not just my decision. I talk to the coaching staff in the dressing room, and then we go to sit down and talk with Gus. We talk it out, and then you know, we'll head into the CEO's office, and I'm sure there'll be meetings held in the next couple of weeks to, you know, work out where we are and how we're going forward.
I guess part of those sleepless nights of the pesky media and newspaper who write things down, like the captain being linked with a move to Yorkshire with 2 years to go on his contract. That, I guess, will be one of those things that will have to be resolved in the meetings in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, yeah, sometimes things just get thrown into, try and throw a wobbly around you, but, you know, we'll sit down and discuss, you know, what's going on and work out our way forward from here.